It's going to be a really interesting bout. Both boxers coming in, weighing in at 53.7 kilograms and very evenly matched. I think that Parrinello, tell us a little bit about Parrinello there, Pietro.
Parrinello, is had great results also with under coach Francesco Damiani, and he really needs to show up tonight, and as his Italian teammates came back for tonight's fight night, they really have to prove something. They have something to prove, and they have to cut the lead of the German in the table. So I think Parrinello, with his style, with his good boxing, with good style of boxing, watchable, I say, will try to impress in the first matchup, and let's see what Riscan has to do, has to bring, and if as I said earlier, I think all the Ukrainians will try to put the pressure early on in the first round, and then force the home team to put something more.
Well, certainly, and Alexandr Riscan, vastly experienced, of course. He's a two-time European bronze medalist and participated both in Beijing and the London Olympics. And as you said, both boxers very evenly matched in all departments. But you feel that Parrinello is going to be feeling the pressure this evening coming out there. We saw it when Thunder came up against the German Eagles. They lost the first bout, and it put a little bit of pressure on, but they bounced back. And certainly tonight, one feels that Riscan, it could be the key to the Ukrainians getting off to a very good start, because as we saw there in the lineups, they're looking in great shape.
Yeah, and of course, to start, to be the first is another pressure on Parrinello, and I think he feels that, and that's why it will be interesting to watch even the first minutes of the fight to know how he's managing it.
Well, certainly it is his first bout here in World Series of Boxing this season in the group stages, so of course he wants to get off to a good start, and Riscan's already seen action so far in his season. He is currently ranked 3 in the individual rankings, and he won his first bout, so he'll be full of confidence. But here is the man that the home fans have come to see. He's very an extrovert, southpaw, and Parrinello making his way towards the ring, looking very concentrated.
Of course, concentrated, but also I think the coach Damiani told him about what we were saying earlier. I mean, being focused, start very well. Also, be aware of what Ukrainian, what Riscan will do, and just control the fight, control the rhythm of the fight before trying to put the pressure by himself.
Well, certainly, and as we were saying, both boxers 53.7 kilograms, but just looking at both of them, looking absolutely Parrinello looking so lean, really lean down, and looking over at Riscan there, he looks a little bit more heavier on the top side.
Yeah.
It looks upper body strength looks a little bit more than Parrinello's. Parrinello's going to have to move, have to get inside there, not get drawn into the real physical side, try to keep his opponent at distance, don't you think?
As far as we can see, he is not have to trade blows in the middle of the ring. He has to move. He has to use his quickness and his jab to control the rhythm, and then see if Riscan can eventually change his game plan.
Well, certainly Riscan, he's just 23, and Parrinello 29, so the age difference certainly is suiting the Otamans fighter, but the Thunder, they are the reigning champions, of course, and as I said, they went down to that defeat against Great Britain last time out. That was a 4-1 defeat in Wales, and they want to bounce back, and this home turf where they remained undefeated last year has certainly proved something extra. The crowd really give them a lift here, expectant crowd this evening.
anyway, they have to prove and they have to win because everybody expects him here, and they are the defending champions too, so they have to assume they stand this status.
Well, referee about to get us going.
There we go.
The first round with Parrinello coming out, taking the center of the ring, but already we're seeing there Riscan coming forward, and he's been aggressive early on.
And they are trading.
Exactly, just maybe that's something Parrinello didn't want, but he looks confident there. He's sending out the right jab on a couple of occasions, just to keep his opponent at arm's length, and coming in there with the quick jab again, and we're seeing Riscan covering up early on, but taking the center of the ring.
Good movement by Parrinello too, after the left hook, moving to his left.
Well, the great thing with what we've seen so far in World Series of Boxing, the fighters, they don't hold back, do they? They really get in there from the first bell and go for it, which is great, and something that the crowd really appreciate. There's no really win-back sparring. They're not feeling each other out, certainly not here. Again, trading a lot of punches on the ropes, and Parrinello finding the mark there.
Yeah, before that, Riscan hit Parrinello with a right hook, so he has to be careful on that. But he's doing what we were saying, controlling the fight from the outside. He's moving also always to his left. Now good movement with the 1-2.
And Parrinello getting Riscan onto the ropes there for a moment, but once again, it's Otamans boxer who takes the center ring, tries to force Parrinello back.
He's trying to set his straight right, Parrinello.
Twice he set up Riscan there, caught him on both occasions. It's head down from Riscan, covering up well, coming forward, and allowing Parrinello to pick him off there. The couple of good head shots and going downstairs there.
Well, Riscan wants to cut the distance, and here Parrinello again with the straight right, but the game plan of Riscan is to cut the distance and force Parrinello to trade, and if he can, force him to the ropes.
Well, with this year in the World Series of Boxing, it's 5 rounds of 3 minutes, so they do have time to ease their way in, and they know if they're behind after 1 or 2 rounds, they've still got the 3rd, 4th and 5th round to get back into it, so it gives them a little bit more time to feel things out, doesn't it?
A good right by Riscan. He's not afraid at all.
Well, we know that, and certainly it's, Alexandr Riscan is someone who comes forward and is a real battler, a real warrior in the ring, but at the moment you feel that Parrinello, the artistry of Parrinello's just got the upper hand in this first round.
He's moving very well on his feet, and again he sent Riscan right wide over the ropes, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's controlling the fight so far.
Well, it certainly was, as you said, Pietro, very light on his feet there, and moved around, and one feels he may have just shaded that first round. He got in there, a couple of good head shots, went downstairs when he needed to as well, but just his general movement was a lot sharper than Riscan's.
Lui tenta solo che tu ti fermi vicino per lanciare quei ganci stretti. Così. Se non vuoi prendere quei colpi lì, non gli devi stare vicino.
Just see here a couple of replays where Riscan was left wide open there, and Parrinello able to catch him just on the side of the jaw there. A really good right. And
Damiani said to Parrinello to be careful on those short right hooks.
And all 3 judges giving the first round to Parrinello, as we thought, shading it 10-9 from each judge. And certainly with his quick hands there once again, and just picking off his opponent.
Good 1-2 by Parrinello.
Once again, Riscan tries to take the centre of the ring, forcing Parrinello back, but he's allowed to come on, and it's snaking out that very dangerous right. Once again, catches
good work by
opponent.
Parrinello with a couple of jabs.
He's working that jab very well, isn't he? He's really getting in there. He's got the reach, certainly, on Riscan.
Here's the right hook by Riscan.
As you say, you've got to take a couple if you're going to deliver them as well. And certainly with the close stance from Riscan, Parrinello wants to open up his opponent.
Great right by Parrinello.
Drew him in there, didn't he? And Riscan left himself very open. That's the second time he did that in the first round as well.
Well, in this round, Parrinello is outboxing Riscan.
Riscan just continues to come forward, closing up. Parrinello waits, leans back, and then snakes out once again. Those quick jabs.
He just played simple, Parrinello. And he's working very good in this round.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get involved in that close stuff, does he, in the grappling there. Once again, dances back, comes in with the right, opens himself up a little bit. He's drawing Riscan on here. And he's shown good strength as well, hasn't he? He's able to throw his opponent around. He hasn't been bullied, has he, whatsoever in the close stuff.
Another good right by Parrinello with Riscan on the ropes.
Really dominant now, isn't he, Parrinello?
Absolutely. Riscan is doing nothing but grappling so far, and
hasn't really led the glove on Parrinello, has he, in this second round?
maybe twice.
Once again, that looks like another round for Parrinello, and certainly the Thunder corner is very pleased with their quick off their seats and straight up to their man.
Mandarlo vuoto con le gambe, devi spostarti, rientrare.
He's dominating with his feet.
Sì, stai tranquillo.
Yes, his movement's been very sharp, very light on his feet. Just able to tell us what the coach is saying. There he's just saying to Parrinello just to remain calm, continue to do what you're doing. Yeah. We're into the second round, the third round. We're just over the halfway mark. Once you're through the third round, once you're in there, you feel like you're almost home, and it'll take something special. If Riscan doesn't come out in this third round and really produces some big hits, he's going to really struggle. He's going to have to finish this with a knockout or a technical knockout. If it doesn't come up big in this round.
I was looking at Riscan during the break, and he looks tired, honestly. And let's see if Parrinello had enough energy to continue to push in that rhythm, with that rhythm.
Yeah, and as we're talking about five rounds and 3 minutes, there is time to get back into it, but the first 2 rounds are important. If you're struggling, if you're behind in those first 2 rounds, you really need a big third round. Goes without saying, of course. And Riscan's come out, he's looking more aggressive in this round at the start, but again being picked off. The grappling that the home fans don't like. They want to see open boxing, and that's the thing here in Milan with the Thunder fans. They really appreciate good boxing, be it from their own guys or from their opponents.
Milan is a city that loves boxing, and WSB is a great opportunity to see great boxing here in this city. We are just missing a lot of chances to see boxing at the highest level here, and this is the perfect situation for a lot of fans. We are seeing also many boxers that came here to support the Dolce & Gabbana Thunder.
Exactly, we've seen a lot of local sports personalities as well. It's a full house. We're just going to have a little break there. They're cut above the eye. I don't know if that was the clash of heads or was Riscan just caught there and it's opened up. The referee will just check if he can continue. And he can, which pleases the fans. He has a quick look over to his corner there. He want to keep out of reach there of Riscan, and Riscan will feel that he will go for this injury, won't he, all the time now?
Yeah, he has to try to do it, but Parrinello looks not so hurt by the injury. He's continuing to move very well. He's very focused, and he's working again with those 1-2 combos, but he needs to be careful with his left. He has to push it up. When he finishes combo, this is the perfect moment for Riscan to go with the straight or the right hook.
Well, when they sense blood, they go for it, that's for sure. And there's a lot of blood now coming out of that wound there from Parrinello, and that could play against him. And Riscan will be going for that. He'll be aiming for that, and you feel Parrinello just got to cover up a little bit more.
Yeah. Here's another right by Parrinello, but Riscan is trying to come back for good in the fight.
Well, it certainly suits Riscan now. He's a little street battler, isn't he? He's in there. As we said, you felt that maybe in the first 2 rounds he looked a little bit heavy laden, but certainly not in this 3rd round. That is a lot of blood, isn't it, Pietro?
Yeah. And I feel the referee's calling again the doctor sooner or later, because
we'll have to have a look at it, one feels, but at the moment they're continuing, and Riscan comes forward again. He's just coming forward, and Parrinello trying to pick him off just to stay ahead. An all-important 3rd round to keep ahead in that and keep his head out of the way of Riscan coming forward, getting close to him, and he's going to get in there and he's going to grapple. He's going to get his head in there. He's going to get the glove in there. Anything to just open that wound more.
Even he's young, you can say he's using some experience, but...
Well, that's it. You're absolutely right. At 23, but he's such an experienced operator, Riscan, and the corner there. Let's have a look at that. That is
that's a bad cut.
That's a bad cut. You're absolutely right, Pietro. Talk us through a few of the highlights here.
That's a boost of confidence for Riscan.
And when you could see here, this is where maybe the eye opened up. There was it was the glove that caught him, wasn't a head, and he got it in there again, and he saw that the wound had opened, and he hit Parrinello 3 times in exactly the same place, and Parrinello couldn't cover up.
But Parrinello really has got a problem with that right hook of Riscan, because he really needs to be more careful. After the left jab, he has to cover, because Riscan has the perfect timing to catch him with the right of the hook over his hand.
Well, it's the 4th round, and Parrinello picked up the 3rd round. He's still ahead, but he'll be very wary of that wound. And Riscan now will have to go for a technical knockout. He'll have to stop this, because he's lost the first 3 rounds, and this makes it so intriguing.
Well, he get 1 point from one judge, but overall is...
No, it's definitely Parrinello's here to just keep Riscan at arm's length, but in this 4th round again, Riscan coming forward, opening up a little bit more, going for his shots. He knows he has to, can't hold back. Now we've got this stage of the contest.
Well, Riscan is going only for power punches, because he has no chance against Parrinello quickness, and here Parrinello also has to be careful with the head. And 1 point deduction for grappling to Parrinello.
Yeah, well, we've seen that the referees they have been very stern on that sort of thing, but early on in the contest, you'd say Riscan a couple of times was doing that. So really the first time that we've seen Parrinello really wanting to get in close. But do you think he put so much into the first 2 rounds, the first 3 rounds, that now he's really struggling as well with the energy levels?
Yeah, that's possible, but you know, I think that injury is hurting him so much, also psychologically.
Exactly, he knows it, and he knows that at any time the referee could also look.
And there we go, another deduction. This is for Riscan this time.
So evening things up there. Maybe the referee felt he'd been a little bit too zealous with his early decision. But it's a real battle out now. It's a real street brawl, isn't it, really? A lot of the subtleties going out of the contest, and it's really a matter of Parrinello just trying to stay out of reach, and keeping his feet quick.
But he lost a little bit of confidence. He's not boxing so well than he did in the first 2 rounds. And Riscan is putting a lot of physical pressure on him.
And this is what we're talking about. He is a very, although both weighing in at the same weight, Riscan just looks at the power boxer. That's a better hit there from Parrinello.
Nice work by Parrinello.
Oh, he's opening up again. He's finding his strider heading into the last 10 seconds of this 4th round, and he's almost home.
Anyway, it promises us a very interesting 5th round.
Exactly, we're just coming up to the bell for the 4th, and that was Parrinello there in the final minute or so came back into the contest.
After the point deduction, he did better.
Devi fare meno fatica, capito? Aspettalo, se li viene a prendere tutti, respira pure. Sì, sì, va bene, ascolta lì, stai zitto. Adesso te lo mettiamo a posto.
Parrinello is saying to Damiani that
respira.
can see with his left eye.
Exactly, and that's what you were saying. Then the confidence goes. He hasn't got obviously hasn't got the complete vision. He's got to move his head a little bit to the right, which opens him up a little bit more. And we saw that when Riscan was able to catch him. There, we're just seeing in this highlight as well. As Riscan comes forward, he throw a punch and he throws himself forward towards Parrinello, doesn't he? Just to rough things up.
Yeah.
Però non ti fermare, non ti buttare.
The last rounds, and it's going to be a real battle here. We come out for the 5th and final round. And what a start tonight here in Milan between Dolce Gabbana, Italia Thunder, and Ukraine Otamans. It's going all the way, and Riscan, one feels, got to stop this in the 5th if he's going to have any chance of taking the first bout.
Parrinello has to work more on his counter punches. And take care of the distance.
Well, he's found a way through there.
Yeah.
And a real onslaught there from Parrinello. But Riscan comes forward again, covers up.
Yeah, Riscan was hurt by a right of Parrinello.
But certainly, Dolce Gabbana, Italia, Thunder, they know they're in a real war this evening already, as we thought it would be. It's this tough Ukraine Otamans team, who, although they lost the first 2 of their contests, was by a 3-2 decision. They've picked up 2 points along the way. A bit of a push there rather than a push.
Yeah, but Parrinello is looking very tired.
He's got,
I don't know if Riscan has enough fuel to go over Parrinello and try to get a knockout victory.
Well, he's got still over a minute to go. He's going to have one final onslaught. But Parrinello's boxed this very intelligently in the 5th round. He's kept his distance, hasn't he? And,
that's what Damiani has to him. Just to be smart, to wait for Riscan and use his quickness.
Well, we've got to say, over these 5 rounds, both competitors have put everything into this. And it's been a dramatic start to our evening here. Parrinello again being more aggressive now, and again finding that final bit of energy to come forward, and that impresses the judges as well.
I think he will just doesn't want to take any risk for his high, and I think he knows he's leading by scorecard, so he's just taking care of business for those last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and of course, well, certainly the injury seems to have worked on it well. The corner man's has been able to close it up, and certainly this suits Parrinello heading into the last 10 seconds. Riscan seems to have run out of energy. He's in one gear, just as that wound opens again.
Final seconds, there we go. He finished with the left hook, and I think
that must be Parrinello.
Yeah, good work overall by Parrinello, even if in the middle of the third and in the fourth round, he was a little bit hurt by that injury.
Bravo Vittorio.
Well, certainly, I think that,
va bene, Vittorio.
that eye injury played its part, but I think overall he showed great commitment. The first two rounds he was well ahead, and obviously with the eye injury and the blood injury, that played a part. He had a little bit of a rocky third round. The fourth round very even, but I think in the fifth round he certainly controlled it, didn't he?
He controlled everything on the ring, and he was absolutely the winner of the round, and he is the winner of the fight.
I think I agree with you, Pietro, and it's been an excellent start, and as we're saying, important to get off to a good start for the home team, for Dolce & Gabbana Italia Thunder this evening. Start and send out a message, as you're saying. The Ukrainians wanted to do that to show that they'd come here once again to really mix it with the defending champions, but it certainly is a positive start. And Parrinello in his first outing here in the World Series of Boxing this season. We'll see if he's victorious.
Judge 1, 49-44. Judge 2, 48-45. Judge 3, 49-44. The winner is red corner, Vittorio Parrinello.
Well, as expected, the victory goes to Parrinello, and well-deserved.
Well-deserved win, and yeah, no surprises over there. But I mean, it was a good performance by Parrinello. I was really impressed by his first two rounds, and I think he won the fight in those two rounds, sending a message to his opponent and saying to everybody, hey, I'm here to control, I'm here to fight, and I'm here to win.
Well, certainly that was an excellent performance from Parrinello. He leaves the ring victorious, be congratulated by his teammates, and that's a great thing about Dolce & Gabbana Italia Thunder, the great team spirit they have. They all get together, they support their teammates. Victory or defeat, it doesn't matter. They're over there surrounding them and really giving their support. And of course, they've got the great coach as well.
That's one of the beauty of that competition. I mean, if you ever went to a boxing gym, you know that there is a lot of commitments and a lot of unity on all the members of that gym. So we know that boxing is an individual sport, of course, but being a part of a team is something special for those guys, and they are really feeling something, a very great experience, and that's what maybe boxing overall is missing, a sense of community.